Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Samantha K. B. Abio and I will discuss the correcting knowledge on sound, symbol correspondence, vowel rules or principles, and accent generalizations. Sound symbol correspondence is a critical foundation of reading and spelling in the English language. It refers to the relationship between spoken sounds, phonemes, and their written symbols, graphemes. Understanding vowel rules, accentualizations, and syllabication principles enables learners to decode unfamiliar words accurately. Number 1. In words containing a single vowel letter at the end of the word, the vowel letter usually has the long vowel sound. Note that this rule refers to words and not just syllables. There is a similar rule for single word letters at the end of syllables. For example, me, go, hi, we, so. In these words, the vowels E, O, E, and O are pronounced with their long sounds. Number 2. In syllables containing a single vowel letter at the end of the syllable, the vowel letter may have either the long or short vowel sound. Try the long sound first. Note that this has the same effect as rule number 1. For example, paper, tiger, later. Long vowels. However, some words have short sounds depending on structure, like river or liver. Number 3. A single vowel in a syllable usually has the short vowel sound if it is not the last letter or is not followed by R, W, or L. When explaining this to students, it is often helpful to indicate that a single vowel in a closed syllable is usually short. Students should be taught that a closed syllable is one in which there is a consonant on the right-hand side. They will also need to know, as indicated above, the R, W, and I control rules. For example, cat, dog, pen, sit, cup. These are closed syllables because each ends with a consonant after the vowel. Number 4. Vowels followed by R usually have a sound that is neither long nor short. For example, car, bird, hair, corn, torn. The R changes the vowel sound into a controlled vowel sound. Number 5. A Y at the beginning of a word has the Y consonant sound, Y at the end of a syllable word. When preceded by a consonant, usually has the long I sound, and Y at the end of a multi-syllable word, when preceded by a consonant, usually has the long E sound. Some people hear it as short I. For example, Y at the end of a single syllable word usually has the long I sound, as in cry, fly, sky. Y at the end of a multi-syllable word usually has the long E sound, as in happy, funny, baby. Number 6. In words ending with vowel consonant, silent E, the E is silent and the first vowel may be either long or short. Try the long sound first. In teaching this rule, stress that the student should be flexible. Try the short vowel sound if the long one does not form a word in his or her speaking listening vocabulary. It has been demonstrated that students who are thought to be flexible in attacking words when applying rules such as this become more adept at using word attack skills than those who are not thought in flexibility. For example, make, bike, hope, cube, gate. Students should try the long vowel first, but if it doesn't make sense, try the short vowel sound. Number 7. When AJ, AY, EA, EE, and OA are found together, the first vowel is usually long and the second is usually silent. For example, AI equals rain, train, pain. For the AY equals play, day, tray. For the EA equals meet, team, beat. For the EE equals see, tree, seed. For the OA equals both, coat, and road. Number 8. The vowel pair O may have either the sound heard in cow or the sound heard in crow. For example, as in cow sound like A, cow, as in crow sound as O, as in crow. Number 9. When AU, AW, OU, OI, and OY are found together, they usually blend to form a diphthong. For example, AU equals author, August. For the AW equals sow, clow. For the OU equals cloud, shout. For the OI equals boil, coin. For the OY equals boy, toy. Number 10. The uu sound is either long as in moon or short as in book. For example, for the long, u equals moon, soon, food. For the short o equals book, food, good. Number 11. If A is the only vowel in a syllable and is followed by L or W, when the A is usually neither long nor short. For example, ball, call, walked, talk. Note: accent placement is generally less critical than vowel recognition for beginning readers. Learners who can decode words properly often acquire correct stress patterns naturally. However, teaching about affixes, prefixes, and suffixes helps students understand word formation and pronunciation changes. Now let's tackle about the syllabication principles. Number 1. When two consonants stand between two vowels, the word is usually divided between the consonants, like dagger and circus. In some of the newer materials are divided after the double consonant, like dagger. It should be remembered that in reading, we are usually teaching syllabication as a means of word attack. Therefore, we should also accept a division after double consonants as correct, even though the dictionary would not show it that way. Another example: picnic, kitten. Some modern methods divide after the double consonant, like dagger. which is also acceptable in reading instruction. Number 2. When one consonant stands between two vowels, try dividing first so that the consonant goes with the second vowels. For example, paper and motor. Students should be taught that flexibility is required in using this rule. If this does not give a word in the student speaking listening vocabulary, then the student should divide it so that the consonant goes with the first vowel, as in river and liver. Another example, tiger. So if it doesn't make sense, divide it the other way, like river, liver. Number 3. When a word ends in a consonant and LE, the consonant usually begins the last syllable, like table and humble. Another example, little. Number 4. Compound words are usually divided between word parts and between syllables in these parts, like henhouse and policeman. Another example, sunlight, football, classroom. Number 5. Prefixes and suffixes usually form separate syllables. For example, replay, ondo, hopeful, careless. So, mastery of sound symbol correspondence, vowel rules, and syllabication principles forms the backbone of effective reading instruction. Through systematic teaching and practice, using the examples above, students can become proficient in decoding and pronouncing new words accurately. The application of these rules, along with flexibility and knowledge of word structures, enhances literacy skills and fosters confident, independent readers. So, that's all for our discussion. So, goodbye everyone, and thank you for watching.